Hello everyone! Thank you for taking the time to visit our video. In this video, we are going to learn how to make an improvised smoking machine to extract cigarette smoke into the water to identify the compounds present in cigarettes that make them harmful to our health. First, we need to prepare the following materials: 2 clear plastic containers with covers, a cigarette, in this case, we are going to use hand-rolled paper, powder, which will be used as a substitute for smoke, syringe, water, tissue as our filter, and 3 flexible tubes. So let's get started. The first step in constructing the improvised smoking machine is to make a hole on the cover of the container that is around the same size as the diameter of our flexible tube. After creating the opening, insert the flexible tube in the hole and tighten it. Make sure that the end of the tube inside the container is near the bottom and the other end outside the container is short. Next, create another hole that will be used for the second flexible tube, but this time, only a small portion of the tube is inserted. Take note that the end of this tube will not be submerged in water and that the other end of the tube is long. Add water to the plastic container until it is around 80% full, then attach the cover to the plastic container. One tube should be partially submerged while the other is not. Attach the cigarette to the tube that is partially submerged in water. Connect the other tube to the second plastic container, then lastly, attach the third tube to which the syringe will be connected, thus completing the setup.
To demonstrate the process of dissolving the components of smoke into the water, first light up the cigarette attached to the tube. Then, using the tube with a syringe, force the air in the plastic container to escape. This will cause the air outside to enter from the cigarette side to the plastic container. Smoke should then be produced and will pass through the water and mix. As this process is repeated, the second container will gradually fill up with supposedly filtered smoke. In this system, we can observe that combustion is taking place. In combustion, more moles are produced and thus entropy increases. One harmful component present in all tobacco products and is highly addictive is nicotine. Nicotine is water-soluble, and this setup causes the nicotine to dissolve in water similar to water pipe smoking. However, this does not fully filter out the nicotine. Going back to our setup, detaching the second container from the first and pushing the air out into a filter. We see that the cleaner smoke still contains a significant amount of nicotine. As such, it is advised to avoid any form of smoking to avoid addiction. Once the nicotine enters the body and makes its way to the brain, the nervous system releases adrenaline. Blood pressure and heart rate will rise from the adrenaline. Nicotine also harms the blood vessels and arteries, thus increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. The good news is that the body can heal from smoking if you quit for good. So no matter what age or the number of cigarettes you've used, it is never too late to quit smoking.